Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to Planner School for the day. Today we're going to talk about everything about washi. Washi is like a paper tape, but it has become so much more than that in recent years in the planner community. I'm not sure about the rest of like the crafting community, but this is an example of a fairly like traditional paper tape. It's somewhat sticky, but not as sticky as something like masking tape, where if you peel it up, it's going to be really tacky, like wherever you peeled it up off of it kind of sticks and then peels up and then there's nothing left underneath. But it's this fairly translucent, like if you look on the roll, it looks like the dots are like in triplet, but really it's just because the dots layer when you have the roll down, because it is fairly translucent type tape. It rips super easily for the most part, and like I said, you can stick it down, like stuck down, peel it up really easily, and then nothing tacky is left behind. So that is kind of what we traditionally think of when you're talking about washi tape, and this would be from like Michael's, maybe Hobby Lobby, other maybe craft stores or Etsy shops or things online that sell different types of washi tape. But we have expanded so much. So I think one of the first uses would be in a sticker kit, and you guys are going to see this sticker kit a few times, at least one more time in planner school, but I'm just going to talk about it today. So one of the most common places that we see washi, or what we call washi now, is in something called bottom washi. These are often thick or thicker strips. They might be in multiple pieces. They might be in just one piece like this one is, but it would cover kind of the bottom section of your planner. So if I look at this little planner, if this was like a week, this section at the bottom is covered in what we would call bottom washi. So here I have 2 strips of bottom washi, and then this black and white one was from a roll, but the other 2 strips would be considered bottom washi from a sticker kit. Now sometimes you can buy these separately. You can buy overlay, like foiled overlay things that can lay on top of them. I will pull some of those out later when we talk about overlay washi, and that is kind of one of the most common places where you're going to hear about washi that isn't on a roll. Now, is this really washi? No, it is a sticker. It is not translucent. It is not anywhere near the same type of material as this. Some sticker paper will lift up and not leave a tacky residue underneath, and some will not. If you are struggling to remove stickers, I will pop this in here. This is a product called Undo. I would only recommend the yellow and red one. The one with the green label is like health safe, but apparently doesn't work at all. And this removes adhesives, tape, gum, tar, crayon, lip balm, grease, and more. But it's really, really great on stickers. It will not ruin your sticker. It will not ruin your paper. If you still have tacky stuff left after you use this product, you just take the cap off. You can dump some product into this little dip here, run it over your stickers, and then use the lip to try to help you peel the sticker up. But if there is tacky stuff left underneath, I just take a Q-tip and grab a little more product and rub it off. I have this on Amazon. It will be in the Amazon planner supply link down below. But sticker paper is not necessarily going to remove like washi tape. Now, does washi tape like this on a roll sometimes rip up your paper? Yeah, occasionally. Not every washi is kind of the same tackiness. Some of them are a little bit more sticky, and some paper is just more sensitive. So you may or may not have a problem with a roll, but in general, if it's a paper tape like this, it should not rip up your paper. Sticker paper, like I said, it's going to depend. If you have something like Sweet Quiet Design vinyl, that's meant to be removable. Some other papers are much more difficult to remove. But in a kit, you will often see something like this. Like I said, in 1 strip, 2, maybe even 3, where you have bottom washi. And then in some kits, especially if they're a larger sticker kit, you will have these things called washi strips. And typically it's an area of the kit where it's cut into different size pieces. And you can just use these for layering or filling in spaces. So back in the day, we used to have no white space planning where like every inch of your planner was covered with a sticker. This is almost no white space planning, but you can see that I do have space like in between my stickers. If it was no white space, it would be completely squished together with everything touching. I'm just trying to see if I used washi at all in here. I don't think I did. But for example, so here, oh, I did, this is washi. So here I put a strip of washi and then I just put 2 layered icons on top of it, just as something that wasn't like a label or a box or something. It just kind of filled in the background space and then I can just layer on top of it. I often do the same thing with like glitter headers. If I have leftover, like here, I kind of layered the cat on top of this glitter strip right here. And you can do washi the exact same way. It can be thicker or thinner. Like I said, kits often give a variety of sizes. And then this kit actually also gave you more strips on this page that come in a variety of strip sizes. So this kit actually has quite a bit of what we call washi, like washi strips and bottom washi. But not all kits come with that, but just keep in mind this is sticker paper versus a paper tape. Okay, the next kind of washi that I want to talk about is paper backed washi, and we'll get to all this other stuff in a few minutes. Paper backed washi, I just cut this little piece off, and actually I'm gonna cut more. Okay, that way it'll fit over here. So paper backed washi, it has kind of like a lining on the roll. So it does come on a roll like this, but you have to peel the backing off of where you are using the actual tape. So the back of this is sticky like that. But instead of it being touched on itself, it's attached to this backing that you would need to peel away in order to use the washi strip. But once it's down, it's pretty similar to any other kind of washi. I think it might be more common with like the foils from certain shops that, I don't know, maybe it protects the foil or something. You can get something called shadowing where like you might be able to see a faint version of this on the other side, just because it kind of layers. Now, I will say some washi doesn't age very well. Like this washi used to be very, very white. And you can see it is definitely kind of yellow in comparison to my printer paper here. And you do have to keep that in mind if you have a large washi collection, that not all washi ages well. It could start shadowing, and that it can certainly start turning colors, especially if it's a lighter color washi, it might turn yellow. And then sometimes it loses its stickiness. So I've had a couple samples of washi that I didn't use right away, and I essentially couldn't use them because they wouldn't stick to anything anymore. They would just kind of peel up at the edges. Okay, another thing to talk about with washi are the washi sizes. This is not all of the sizes of washi available, but these are fairly common. Let me show you on the roll first. So these are the washi tapes that I used for this selection, so you can just see how kind of different they are from each other, and they are like multiples of each other, but this is the sample of washi tape that I used. These happen to all be from Simply Gilded, which is one of my, like, probably my favorite washi brand, but they wouldn't have to be. So we have typically in millimeter measurements for sizes. This top one is called a 5 millimeter washi strip. Then we have what is typically referred to as a header size, which is approximately a 7 millimeter washi strip. I think hers are 7. Sometimes shops will be like 8, maybe 6. But the 7 works perfectly for quote unquote header size. And what do I mean by header size? planners often cover something like this gray strip right here, or like we put a strip above a full box or below a full box or above or below checklist, and those are all header sizes, because we call this little section here a header. So instead of being a header like this where you might peel them off a sheet and they're made of sticker paper, you do have rolls that you can buy, and in this case they might just be this size, and you would have to cut them, or in this case her washi tape is actually perforated to be the height and the width of a header, so you can just peel one off, and then I could layer it, like if this was my full box, I could layer it right down. So it's header size washi, about 7 millimeters. Then you have a 10 millimeter washi strip. This doesn't seem to be super popular in the planner community. I happen to like them because they're, you know, obviously not as big as a 15 millimeter, but they're definitely more bold than the little 5 millimeter. 5 millimeter is actually probably my favorite washi size. But these other ones are really nice too. So there's the 10 millimeter, and then here's the 15 millimeter. I would call this like the traditional washi size. Like Scribble Prints Co., you can buy stickers that are 15 millimeters, or her foil overlays are 15 millimeters, and that would be this size. If you do two 15 millimeter strips, that is typically like what we call bottom washi size. So there's that. And then there's an example of a 20 millimeter. So again, here are all of these tapes that I'm using, so you can see how different they are from each other. And then I have seen like 30 millimeter washi strips on rolls before. I think I might own maybe one, maybe it's 25 millimeters. I don't know. I didn't pull out all of my samples, but these are pretty common. Obviously 25 would be slightly bigger, and then 30 would be bigger than that. I don't know if I've ever seen anything bigger than a 30 millimeter washi, but that's not to say that it doesn't exist. But there is kind of a size breakdown of 5 through 20 millimeter washi, kind of your traditional 15, and then that header size, which is 7. If you want to see an example of like how I use a 5 millimeter washi, so the bottom washi here, this pink stripe with the Deathly Hallows symbol, that would be a sticker from the kit, and then I just layered a 5 millimeter washi on top of it, just to bring in some extra color and whatnot. I did that here as well. There was 2 strips in the kit, and I put one in the middle. In this spread, I have a 10 millimeter stacked with a 15 millimeter washi. So there's definitely some space on the top and bottom because it didn't take up the whole amount. And then I also use washi here. So this is like 2 15 millimeter strips stacked. I can use all different size washi on pages such as this, or I can make like these big flags out of them. Some people do this on their weekend banners, things like that. So you can use washi in all sorts of different ways for different sizes. So I do like to have a variety in my own collection. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about are overlay and date washis. So they kind of go hand in hand. So the first thing is a date cover washi. This one is from Simply Gilded. This happens to be a perforated style where again you can just peel them off and then you can stick them down. Now you have to remember that a washi on a roll is typically going to be fairly translucent or transparent again. So you would want to white out whatever would be underneath here because you would see it. So if I was using this planner again, these dates that are at the top, I would need to white that out because if I tried to cover it, let me just show you. So if I have this Tuesday sticker and I just tried to place it on top of here, you can definitely see the printed Tuesday behind it, and that doesn't necessarily look very good. So you would want to white out what is underneath. If you are using something, oopsies, just knocked over a pile of washi, something more translucent like this. Now, of course, they do come in dark colors also, so this you wouldn't have to white out, but just so you know. So they come on rolls like Simply Gilded has that are perforated. You can put a little number in there, and you can actually buy number washi tape as well. So this is an example of a number washi tape, and I don't know if you can see between the numbers, like right there, there, those little dashes. This is perforated as well, but because it's on the number 1 already, I don't want to rip them off if I don't need to, because I know it's starting it perfectly for a month, but you could just rip the number off and then put it down, like on this example, on the little hearts, in order to tell what day of the week you're on or what number day you're on. But you could also do that on a date cover that is printed and not a washi overlay. You could just buy those washi numbers and put them on here as well. That's like a date number tape. This would be a date cover tape. So another one would be, where do I have this? This one is an overlay tape, but it is the same idea. It has the days of the week on a clear sticker, and Rose Colored Days does make things where you can layer this on top of a sticker and you kind of get a double effect, or you can just use them by themselves. You could layer them over a sticker, you could layer them over a piece of washi tape from a kit, whatever you want to do, but they are just clear and they say the days of the week on them. So there's an example for Saturday and Sunday, and they do come in different fonts. And then again, you could obviously pair it with a number washi tape so that you could put the numbers right next to it as well. Whatever your choice is. Then we have something called like a bougie box, an underlay box, maybe like a confetti cover, something like that. But that is going to be a box. They're now kind of called like a standard box size or a vertical box size, because we kind of all modeled everything off of an Erin Condren planner, which is 1.9 inches by 1.5 inches. So that's the size of the box, but they fit in many different planners. And a bougie box is going to be all of this kind of sparkle that will go underneath some stickers. So in my current planner, I have bougie boxes down, and then you can see I can layer stickers over the top of them, and it provides background, especially on something like this. Like here you can see all this white space, but here it's all covered with a little bit of foil glitter, and it just adds a little extra twinkle on things. I tend to only do one per day, but I could definitely have done another one per day if I'm going to layer a bunch over it. But that's typically what we call like a bougie box. They come on rolls. This one is Rose Colored Days, but I can show you a different brand. This one is Sticky Essentials, and essentially, that's funny, Sticky Essentials, essentially. They come on a roll. Sometimes you can also buy them like sheets of them from a sticker shop, but the roll is much more economical. So here is the tape. Again, it is perforated. I think you can see that line approximately right here, and I prefer to hold it this way, so it's gonna be upside down, but you just pull and it should perforate really well. It should, and be a 1.9 by a 1.5 inch box that you can just lay down onto a planner spread. Obviously here I'm doing a piece of paper, but that's what you have. And of course they come in different patterns, different styles. So this one has a more dense confetti, and this one has kind of a star, dot, and bow look to it. Okay, then we have overlay tapes. Overlay tapes come in so many different formats. So these three actually all come on the same roll of tape that looks like this. So it's really hard to tell what it looks like here, but you do actually get three different designs when you lay them out. So you could put this over a full box. So I might have something like this box here where everything is kind of in the middle, and I could put an overlay to kind of surround it and add some foil to what that box looks like. So in this case, I would be adding leaves. This one is like just a leaf pattern, but the box is still the same height. So you could flip it, you know, upside down if you wanted to have leaves at the bottom, or you could have leaves at the top. And then this one is a much bigger design where it has a whole tree with the leaves. So in a kit like this, I probably wouldn't put that on any of these boxes because it would overtake the pattern. But sometimes you get a kit where you have something like, maybe if these lanterns weren't here and it was just very plain, putting some sort of decorative overlay or even a quote overlay would be really pretty on something like that. And then you have kind of like things that'll frame in sort of like this. So this one happens to have bows in the corners, but again, this roll had like multiple designs. You can have like a double line. There might be only a single line. This one is confetti. You might have confetti at the top, at the bottom, both you might have in the corners, all sorts of things. But again, these all just come on rolls. So this is this bow roll, for example, but you can also often buy them on a sheet in a store where you might get 4 to a sheet, something like that. And these would all be overlay washies. And again, you could layer the bougie boxes over something, but typically they're used to go under something. So we had washi tape, like traditional washi tape. We had the paper tape where I had to roll the backing off. We have bottom washi and washi strips from a sticker kit. We have the different sizes of washi. We have date cover washi along with date number washi, which I don't know if that's really considered washi, but you know, it comes on a roll. We have bougie tapes, overlay tapes, all the different kinds of washi. I will make just a quick note, just because I did so much of this in rose gold. I do want to point out that if I can get this to show properly, rose gold comes in a lot of different shades. So the top one is a very pinky rose gold. The bottom one is a very coppery rose gold, but oftentimes they're marketed as the same, like they're just called rose gold. So if you can try to get pictures to see if it's more pinky or more coppery, sometimes that's really helpful. If they're from the same shop, like all of these are from Rose Color Days. These 6, this one, so they're all the same color. And then these are all from Simply Gilded, and some of them are more like, I think this one was actually called copper, and then the other ones were rose gold. So it's very similar in tone to each other. So you kind of start learning. But if you're unfamiliar with a shop and their washi, just make a note. So for example, we talk about things that are not on a roll, and we're talking about washi overlays. They might be very different from each other. So this is an example of a Scribble Prints Co. washi overlay. So again, they usually come in that 15mm size, and you can peel them off. So this one actually has 2 washis. It has this clear bow kind of pattern, and then this bow confetti, and then this bigger bow. So I could pull these and put them over something like this background washi, and then it would add this pattern or that pattern on top of the color. Most people don't put them over like a roll like this. A lot of times they come in the kit. I don't think I have any that are, yeah, I don't have any strips of that, but that's an example. And then here, for example, is a Glam Planner washi, which is a thick strip of washi, like a really thick. I think that actually might be like a 25mm washi size. But if we just look at these 2 shops and the color, the Scribble Prints Co. almost looks pink, and in this light, the Glam Planner almost looks gold. I would say this is a true rose gold, and Scribble Prints Co. rose gold is very, very pink. I love her pink, but to me, this is a more traditional, like if we're talking jewelry, I feel like it looks a little more similar to this than this really pinky color. But here are some more examples. This is another Glam planner, thick one. Here we have 2 strips. The bow and the little like hanging snowflakes are separate from each other. And then we have another Scribble Prints Co. Couple of them. So just some different designs. Sometimes they come on just these little sheets like this. And then people also sell strips like this, where they're kind of like solid strips. So you don't need to layer them over something. They're just a strip of washi, but you can buy them separately instead of buying them as part of a kit, for example. So sometimes they come on rolls, sometimes they come like this, but those are all examples of bottom washi. So I hope that answered a bunch of questions about washi and different kinds of like overlay tape things. I mean, we don't call this washi, but because it's on a roll, I feel like it's helpful to kind of see it all together, and then also to kind of get an idea of how bougie boxes work and how overlay tapes work and things like that. So as well as like foil color. If you have any other questions about washi, please feel free to ask. I do have Simply Gilded and Rose Color Days linked down below. They are affiliate links, so you get a discount, but then I also get a discount, or like a coupon. They should be marked, so if you use them or you don't want to use them, just go to rosecolordays.com or simplygilded.com, and you'll find all of the things. Again, the other brand I showed here was Sticky Essentials. If you want washi more similar to these, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any typical craft store is going to have washi tapes, and then there are literally thousands of other washi tape stores online and on Etsy that would sell washi tapes. So there's no shortage of washi tape. I know like Pocket Post, Simply Watercolor Co. have really amazing washi. I don't know. There's so many other shops. I'm just very stuck on Simply Gilded because I've been with Simply Gilded since like almost the beginning of her shop opening, and it kind of all goes together. Like it has a very common theme with the bows and how she does her collections and stuff, but that's not to say I don't own washi from other places. So again, something like this isn't washi, but because it comes on a roll, I wanted to address it. And then you have all of these other types of rolls of washi. So I hope that helped. Please let me know if you have questions, and I will link up here a Washi Storage video for how I store and categorize all of my washi. And hopefully that is helpful as well if your collection grows. Please again, leave any questions down below. Thank you for coming to Planner School today, and I hope you subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.